you know. And I think the opposite has become for a lot of modern day thinking, right, in a lot of women's mind, because what happens is and they will tell you they're not doing they're not dressing for men, right? When I step outside and I put that on, I ain't dressing for other men to see me. I want, you want to. Ain't no man in the world, I don't think ever. I mean, a straight man, he not gonna put on that clothing, and he ain't gonna be fly as hell. You feel me? Thinking about how other men gonna think he attractive, and not thinking about how women are going to see him as attractive. Come on now. Like, I don't think men make, like real men, I'm saying, they're not making decisions without thinking about the feminine observation. You feel me? You ain't thinking about that. Yeah, you go put that on. You don't want women to look at that and be like, what does he got on? Like, no, we was always taught to, I mean, a woman look at your shoes first, right? That's how we grew up. She see your shoes and that's how she choose. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And so I think there's a lot of men now who may not dress for the women's gaze. They dress for other men, right? There's like sneakerhead culture and these new fashion cultures, but even these guys, because I can't even say that's true because that's what they call the fancy, right? The fancy and there's another term for it, the dandy. The dandy is like a ASAP Rocky, right? Where they dress very, fashionable and appealing. And who likes that the most? The women. They're not dressing for a dude, dressing for the women. You know what I'm saying? Like the more colorful a man gets that's like actually like straight and he's dressing super fashionable, all of those guys that I ever knew that were like that, they had a roster of women. Men may be like, bro, what you got on? I don't like that. But them the guys that always had all the women. Straight up. We'd be like, bro, I'd never wear that. And the ladies is all complimenting everything you got on. Cause she like that kind of stuff. But it gotta be a mix of like a masculine with the like feminine dress code. I'm telling you, it's always been that way throughout time in history. Now we ain't talking about skirts and purses and stuff like that. We ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about like dressing super fashionable. Like you got a stylist all the time. Those are the guys that typically got a lot of women. Why? And a lot of them that grew up with a lot of women, they understood women. So they get the hygiene. You know what I mean? They grew up with a lot of aunties and sisters and women around, so they know exactly what women like. You feel me? Those are the ones. See, these young men though, a lot of times they don't be understanding the woman. Yeah, they don't understand. That's why they don't be liking them. They don't know how to talk to them and be appealing. You feel me? See, it was an era where, like, if you go to the 70s, yeah, these brothers are dressed colorful, but they had a masculinity about them. And that's what is missing. That the balance is like, yeah, you can be fashionable, but you have to be masculine because the last thing a woman is not going to want to do that's kind of extra fashionable that she looking at like, he dressed a little, you know what I mean, with an extra flair. But if she start talking to him, he got a deep voice and everything that he does and the way that he carries himself is masculine, then it balances out and she going to want that. But you can't be zesty in the dress code and you zesty in your voice and your movements. She like, I don't know about this. I don't think this is gonna work for me. You feel me? And what happened is that they went all the way. You know, there was the movie where they said never go full re. I ain't gonna say the word because I don't want it to get messed up. But some of these dudes, they went full zesty. It was like, wait a minute now. You went too far. You know what I mean? Your voice matches what you're wearing. You know what I'm saying? And so typically the dudes that are, let's say you grew up, when I was in high school, I remember I went to my senior event with a full all black Dickie fit on. I was too masculine. I was wilding. Everything was just masculine. You know what I mean? And I had to learn to be smoother. Like, you feel me? But we was in the streets, so it was a little different. I got a full Dickie outfit on. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just, you feel me? NWA tough. So the difference is like if a woman find a man on the outside that's rugged, but on the inside he got a heart of gold, man, she like that. You feel me? He over there like Tupac. You feel me? He show up as a gangster, then he might hit her with a poem or something. And she like, oh, he's so deep. He might kill people, but he deep. You feel me? That's how that's how it went. He dangerous, but he deep though. You feel me? You gotta learn the game. You know what I'm saying? So these young men. It's not that they just really dislike women. They hate the fact that they don't understand them, and the problem is you're trying to understand them. You know what I'm saying? Women are attracted to a man that be himself.